Thank you for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate that, no doubt. All right, let's get a look at the next significant winter system. Now, in the short term, what I'm watching out for is more of a west to east motion, and with that, nothing really diving as far down to the south. That allows that warm up into the northern Caribbean and lifting to the north right into the U.S., right across Mexico. We're going to see a pretty good sized warm up before the next significant winter system starts to move in for many. So you see that flow kind of coming in out of the west. We have that cold air that's still, of course, in place across much of Canada, back through the northern U.S. And then we're going to see some of that moisture feeding in from both of the Pacific and coming in out of the Pacific Northwest here. And then eventually we'll see this moisture kind of combining for that next more significant weather system, storm system that will develop. So I'll show you that on the wide view. Short term, watching out for some of that rain near Guyana and Suriname, even trying to drift back toward Trinidad and Tobago. Little pocket of rain near the Corn Islands, San Andres, Providencia this morning. That could clip by Belize, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Isolated shower possible for us anywhere from Haiti back through Jamaica over toward the Cayman Islands and Cuba. Now let's start wide, and then I'll zoom down and show you the snow depth as well. Now in the short term, we're going to see some of these spotty showers. I'll zoom into us in the Caribbean. Here's some of that rain, parts of Texas and Louisiana. This system right here, this is kind of a quick mover. That'll scoot offshore and get closer to Bermuda and even clip by the Atlantic region of Canada, which we'll zoom down into in just a second. But here comes the next bigger weather maker. Here's Mexico, Texas, that moisture feeding in from the Pacific. Out ahead of it, we're going to have that warm flow. So I'm not expecting this big southern snow like a lot of spots saw in the United States. This colder air is going to be a little bit slower sneaking in behind this system, which means the snow will be more up to the north, but that also means a better chance of an ice storm in some spots out of this. So as we get deeper into the week, here's Thursday, we have that southerly flow also feeding up that moisture, and you see some of the rain. Now with this, there is a better chance of some severe storms, parts of the southern United States, kind of down to the south. So this could bring some stronger thunderstorms. Now you see here, this is by Friday, this is the bigger front moving in. It is not going to dive down as far to the south across the Caribbean for us. And here's some of the moisture. It's going to be a little bit more active, parts of western Canada, back into the western United States, which will hopefully help out with some of the terrible fires there. Now, as we work our way into Saturday, so this is by the upcoming weekend, you see here the potential of some severe storms right through here, but this spot here, the colder air sneaking in, we could see a little bit of an icing event over towards some of the higher terrain, and then back toward the northeast U.S., New England in particular, and the Atlantic region of Canada. As we get into the upcoming weekend, watching out for more of a significant system taking shape. Could be a bigger snow event for some of us. You see it right here as we work our way into Saturday night and then into Sunday. This is a week from now, so we'll see how this all kind of shakes out. The front will drift down toward the Bahamas, parts of Florida, but overall staying very warm throughout the Caribbean. And then watching back to the west, we're going to see more of these systems rolling in from the Pacific and then scooting off to the east. But you can see how that system for some will be more of a significant weather maker once we get toward the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. Now look at the clash of the warm and the cold air. Now this is later today. The Arctic air is up here. We still have a lot of us waking up to some chilly temperatures even across the northern Caribbean this morning. But that warm surge is starting to move in. So let's jump out ahead in time. This is as we work our way into the middle of the week, ticking ahead. This is by Wednesday, and you see more of the yellows and oranges in here. So there's the warmer weather in play. So that gets set. And then with that, the next storm system kind of rolls into that. So there's a lot more warm air in advance of this next storm system. That's why I do not expect that big time southern snow. There's some of the Arctic air locked into Ontario and Quebec over toward Newfoundland. Then as we work our way into Saturday by the upcoming weekend, that's when that next storm system will be rolling in. It will be that clash of the warm air out ahead of it, cold air sweeping in back behind it, and with that, there could be the potential of some severe thunderstorms when you get that collision of air masses, but that cold air in place, parts of New England and over toward the Atlantic region of Canada. So eventually, as this lifts up for the second half of the weekend, that's why there could be more of a significant snow event, even some icing back behind it over towards some of the higher terrain, watching that over toward West Virginia, for example. Now, this is the snow depth right now. Still seeing some of that snow on the ground, parts of the Carolinas, parts of Georgia, although a lot of that has been melting. Looking ahead, jumping ahead as we get into next weekend and then early next week, this is by Sunday, February 2nd. You see how we're not seeing, with this next system rolling in, we're not seeing much of a southerly a snow down to the south. There could be a little bit more so, even clipping by the panhandle of Texas, but watching the northeast over toward the Atlantic region of Canada, that's where there could be some higher snow totals with this next system rolling in. Watching the rain over toward Guyana and Suriname, that's where we've had a lot of it the last 2 days. Some of that may drift toward us in Trinidad and Tobago, and then I mentioned earlier some of that rain that's near Honduras and Nicaragua. Scattered showers possible also for Belize. As we work our way into tomorrow afternoon, that pattern is going to hold. That warm-up is on. I showed you that a moment ago. Could see a couple spotty showers, Trinidad and Tobago, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and still scattered Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, even Costa Rica and Panama, that chance of some scattered showers to start us off as we work our way into early in the week. And then by the time we get into Tuesday, still watching that easterly flow, spotty showers, Dominica, over toward Antigua, Barbuda, and then we'll see this moisture feed lifting up to the north eventually later in the week. That'll feed into that next winter system. Couple snow showers clipping by over toward Nova Scotia. That's a possibility as we go throughout the day today. The trailing front clipping by Bermuda with that chance of showers. Here's that quick moving system coming out of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. This one, again, mainly a rain event as that just kind of darts by and then again heads toward Bermuda. This is tomorrow afternoon, so keep an eye on this area. The front clears Newfoundland. There's going to be some snow showers over toward Quebec as we work, or even squeaking into New Brunswick as we work our way into our Monday. And then pulling forward, you see that system rolling by Bermuda, but as it lifts up toward Newfoundland, over toward parts of Nova Scotia, we could see some rain over toward the Avalon Peninsula, and then on Tuesday, some of that snow sneaking in on the backside of that. A little bit choppy as we work our way into the Caribbean. The key of the next couple of days will be those Atlantic passageways coming out of the eastern Caribbean. The seas are going to be a little bit high in the waters. This here is by the time we get into Tuesday. We have a smaller system rolling by, so the Atlantic waters near Bermuda to the north will of course be higher, but it is going to be choppier coming out of the Caribbean into the Atlantic as we go throughout the week ahead. Rain totals not very high at all. You see from the Bahamas back through Cuba, very minimal. A couple showers possible for us, Cayman Islands and Jamaica, but if we get some, we're looking at 1/4 of an inch of rain, maybe 10 millimeters of rain. Haiti and the Dominican Republic, same thing. Eastern end of the Dominican Republic, better chance of a couple showers. Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Bart's, over towards St. Kitts and Nevis, Statia, Saba, rain chance not very high, but a few purples popping up Trinidad and Tobago south. That's where it could get a little bit more. So across Trinidad, especially our southern zones, we may get a few spots that push 25 millimeters of rain or an inch of rain for a 3-day rain total. But of course, there are some of those higher totals, upwards of 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain, parts of Guyana and Suriname, and still just kind of clipping by the coastal sections, the Caribbean side of Central America, where we could see a few spots the next few days getting 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain. We're mainly dry though as we work our way toward Mexico City, then monitoring that moisture building, parts of Texas and Louisiana. So rain chances up a touch, not super high, not a washout, but a 40% chance of rain across us in Jamaica, 30 to 40% chance Cayman Islands. Some of us may not see anything at all, 30 to 40% chance. It does bump up a little bit for us in Trinidad and Tobago, especially southern sections. So a few scattered showers and a passing shower possible today, about a 50% chance for us in Barbados, 40 to 50% chance. The next couple of days in St. Lucia will drop off to a 30% chance by Tuesday. An isolated showers possible, rain chance not very high in Grenada and not super high St. Vincent the Grenadines, 30% chance tomorrow, and then in through Tuesday, 40 to 50% chance the next couple of days in Martinique, and a few passing showers possible in Dominica, 50% chance today, and we'll have a 40% chance for tomorrow, 30 to 40% chance right across Guadeloupe, 20 to 30% chance, so a lower chance of rain, Antigua, Barbuda, very isolated, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat, very isolated, Anguilla and St. Bart's. Rain chance only 30% in St. Martin for today. Stacia, same thing, 20% chance tomorrow, and just very isolated right across Puerto Rico. 20 to 30% chance of the next 2 days, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Very low chance of rain across the Bahamas, of course. Still some of the cooler nights, but we're about to get that warm up. Turks and Caicos, couple passing showers. 30% chance favoring eastern sections of the Dominican Republic, and even a couple very isolated showers possible in Haiti, but nothing super widespread. There's that 40% chance of some scattered showers in Belize, and we'll have about a 20% chance of a passing shower in Aruba, even back toward Curacao, Bonaire, about a 30% chance for today, but still that elevated chance of rain. Guyana and Suriname, some isolated areas of flooding, but a 70% chance of rain today. Cuba, we're generally dry. Western, central, and eastern sections, rain chance staying minimal. Spotty shower too. Costa Rica and Panama, we covered that. 40 to 50% chance in Nicaragua. Still a little active around Honduras, especially closer to the water. We're generally dry, Guatemala and El Salvador. We're mainly dry in Mexico City with warming temperatures as we go throughout the week. Yucatan Peninsula, 30% chance of rain over toward Merida. Northern Colombia, mainly dry. Could get clipped by a shower or two in northern Venezuela, and as I showed you earlier, some of the fronts just sliding by, so chance of some showers at times, not all the time, but at times as we get into Bermuda. So that warmer air lifting to the north, tracking those areas of rain. That next winter storm system will be forming. There'll be a few of those, and I'll be tracking where that snow will set up and then how far south some of the severe weather will be trying to get. So I'll keep you posted on everything. Thank you again for taking the time to subscribe. Hope you have a great day ahead.